So, your streams are dipping this week, aren't they? Happens with everybody today. Been dipping since the Halloween, but there are two reasons for that, and I'll tell you what's going on. So, every single time a holiday happens, streaming dips. Every single time major event happens, streaming dips. To explain to you why. It's Halloween, and everybody's partying, everybody's chilling. Most of my artists who I'm promoting, and I have about I think about 600-700 campaigns running currently. I have about 500 of them dipped over the weekend, and it's starting to recover. So I say by Wednesday or Thursday of this week, by Thursday probably it's going to start jumping up again. Next week by Tuesday it's going to go up. Another reason for that is the elections. Politicians have unlimited money. They have way too much freaking money. And they spend a lot of money on advertising and promotions. So they basically grabbing all your attention. And even if you're not in surrounding states, right? So right now what's running? New York, Virginia, California, surrounding states are being affected as well. Why? Because people travel. When the advertiser targeting you, Meta's gonna allow them to target surrounding states, assuming that this person either from New York or traveling to New York or been to New York recently, so you can always target those people as well. So let's say there's 100 million people on Instagram and everybody's bidding to show their ads, right? So Meta has limited inventory that they can allocate towards you or towards any user, right, per day. So what happens then? Everybody bids. If I'm the only advertiser on Meta, then I say, okay, I'm going to pay 1/4 cent per view or per click. Meta's going to say, okay, I don't have nobody else, so I'm going to take Alex's money and just use that. Cool. But let's say Joe comes in and Michelle comes in and Sarah comes in, right? So now Joe says, you know what, I'm going to pay 50 cents to show my ad. So Alex's ad dying down. Alex's ad not shown until Joe's budget runs out. Then Michelle says, I have $1. So now Michelle is dominating Joe and dominating Alex. Joe needs to wait until Michelle's budget run out, and Alex needs to wait until both of their budgets run out. Let's say, okay, there's Sarah came in, and Sarah said, I have $100. Okay, so now Michelle, Joe, and Alex have to wait until Sarah's ads run out. Okay, cool. So now multiply it by tens of thousands of people. So that's what happens. That's how bidding works on the social medias or ads, like to simplify it. And when politicians come in, they come in with unlimited money. They have so much money. Like I remember when Kamala was running, probably good 400 million went on ads alone. So nobody can bid against it, so their ads consistently show. That's why you always see them. So right now, it's a lot of ads distracting people's attention. Everybody's talking about voting, all the news talking about the voting, or everything's happening in the marketing with voting, Halloween, all these two events make streaming dip. Also, there's another funny thing happening that I've read so much on Billboard, I think Vanity Fair wrote about it. Oh, there's no hip-hop records on the Billboard chart for the first time since the 90s. What they don't mention is Billboard changed the rules. And what's happening now is all the records that basically not relevant records anymore can't stay on the charts. The way this works, the way the charting works, is you have to get X amount of streams, consumption, right? Sales, streams, whatever, combination of that. And it's equivalent to units, which is physical sales, right? So like one single equals to 1,200 streams. So it all counts, basically it equivalents to sales, and then it counts as, who got more sales this week, gonna go higher on the chart. And even if I'm one sale off and I'm trying to enter Hot 100, I'm not going to be able to. And the reason why is because I am one sale off. So if Billboard didn't count it, so I didn't enter. So I was like 101 or whatever, 102. I have so many artists on top 200. I had so many artists training and charting, whatever, right? There's hundreds, right? Easy. But sometimes you just push really, really hard and then you end up at 101. And you're like, man, we were 200 sales away. We had 100 sales away. We were so close, and it doesn't happen. It happened to me before. So now we always ensure that we have to spend extra money, just make sure that ads are going very strongly, and we're pushing everything we can. We're activating the fan base. We're doing some activations, B2B, which is purchasing for the websites and things like that, just to make sure that we get there. It's a good thing that they're kicking it out, and it's a good thing that they're removing all the records, because there was a Taylor Swift song that's been on the charts for 2 years. It's ridiculous. Song is old. She released how many albums after that already? But this song is still on the chart. Fair, not fair? I think it's ridiculous. I think it's better to free up room for new artists to come in. That's cool. I'm all for it. So that's good. So this way we actually can compete fairly, because you can't really compete with such a big artist like Taylor Swift. It's just hard. It's almost impossible. She has so much consumption, such a big fan base. She's biggest artist in the world. I also see a lot of AI artists charting, which is interesting, right? So I think what's gonna happen, I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen actually, because it reminds me of the internet, like when the .com was happening. I was a kid back then, but I kind of remember it and I read a lot about it. So basically what happened there is people were saying like, oh, the computer is going to take our jobs, it's all going to kill it, like it's all going to disappear. And it didn't. It just opened up new opportunities, it created new jobs. It killed some jobs, but there was also, like, if you think about it, right, 100 years ago there was a job of somebody's going and lighting up light poles. Like on the street lights, somebody would light them up with actual fire. This job is gone because we don't need it anymore. But it was a job. And it's like somebody would, take the freaking torch, right? Go light up every single light pole on the street, so the street has lights, and then put it out in the morning, right? That was a job. That was a job that's really important. Milkman was a very important job. Like, a lot of people did this. This job died down because it's just became unimportant. Right now, radio is dying, pretty much. So radio, like next probably 10-15 years, and the radio is going to be gone. There's going to be some radio left, but not as dominant as it was, right? So, which is interesting to see. And I think with AI, with the music for AI, there are two kinds of people, right? So there's one kind of person who cares that the music is art, and they care about the artist, they understand the artist, they're like, okay, there's a lot of work goes into that. That would be me, right? I really care about music. When I listen to music, I want to feel it, right? I want to know it. I want to be like, okay, I'm gonna go read about the artist. I'm gonna understand who they are and what they're trying to tell me. Like, they're trying to tell me a story, what the song is about. I dig really deep. There are not that many artists that I'm a huge fan of. I like a lot of music. I listen to a lot of music because of my job, which is I like. And there are a lot of artists that I really like and really enjoy listening to. But if I become a fan, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna know everything. So I would be a guy who's gonna say, yeah, music is art. It's important. It's very, like, somebody was trying to tell me stories. Somebody was being creative, and somebody did it, like, made it really good. But I think music got devalued a lot when streaming started to happen. I think the whole devaluation of music happened, and I think it's actually the next topic for the next video that we should definitely talk about. But what happened there is music became for people background noise, right? That's just gonna be there, and entertain them once in a blue moon when they pay attention. That's why there's a reason AI is coming in so hard, right? And AI is charting because people don't really care. There's the group of people who's gonna just sit there and be like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to the background and just whatever, it's here. They don't really care. So it plays fine, I like it, it's cool. Mixes would be cool. I like when artists mix some AI and create some cool new things, but you have to be creative with this. You can't just do AI slops, which is very annoying. That's what annoys me about AI. It's AI slops. There's some people who think, oh, I'm gonna make so much money, I'm gonna make millions of dollars if I just produce 500 songs, each gonna get 10 streams and things like that. You're trashing the platform. You are trying to manipulate it. You're trying to get streams, just from manipulation. You half-assing. You're not doing shit, to be honest. And shame on you for that. That's not cool. I don't agree with AI slops. I don't agree with people like pressing buttons and creating tens of thousands of songs and then dumping them on Spotify or Apple Music and say, oh, I own the catalog of music. No, you don't own shit. All you own is nothing. It's the computer and the freaking mouse. That's what you own. You have no talent. Absolutely not. You just press buttons telling like, oh, make me a pop song. And it just makes it. You just download the shit and dump it into Spotify. That's all you do. You're creating a trash can. And if there are people who like this trash, good for them, God bless them, but I don't like it, and I don't think a lot of people like it. I think people are gonna get sick of it. And that's what I hate about AI. There's so much trash on YouTube, so much trash on freaking, Spotify, so much trash on Apple. It's just junk. So eventually they're gonna have to figure out how to get rid of this junk. Right now it's just so new and they want to get content in, but eventually they're gonna have to clear up the trash. And cleaning up the trash is going to be very, very annoying in general for them. But they're gonna deal with this when the future comes, right? Probably gonna have another AI to remove AI. But we'll see what's gonna happen. So this is my update for now. I ordered some cameras, I ordered some lights. I think I'm getting screwed by the eBay guy, which pisses me off. And I think the eBay guy is not gonna ship my camera that I bought, because I bought a camera. And I'm gonna open a case with eBay and I'm gonna deal with this. I'm gonna update you on what's going on, but that's pretty much my update for today. All right, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye bye.